All right. Title of this course is Ask Me Anything. So I think it was just because it was the first call that the session lasted a little longer than normal, but I think it's going to be generally ending at 12. Um, so we'll have a little bit less time today, but I want to make sure that I'm covering all the things that are most relevant to you. Tell me a little bit about what is working and what is not working.
So I'm having a little bit of trouble with command.
Okay.
I'm trying to, so I've put everyone in my database. So I have like a little over 900 people now.
Okay.
And I was trying to I figured out how to set up like an email to send to people.
Yep.
But I cannot figure out how to get my photo, like, so they can see like my signature at the bottom of the email that it sends out. And I've been watching videos, but I can't seem to find a solution.
Okay. Did you see the email that I believe Melody sent out? I think it was on Friday with Leanza's command hours or
I did.
open hours.
Uh-huh.
She's going to be the best person to help you with that.
Okay. Okay, because I'm just having trouble. Like, it shows my email address as my KW, but then like when I do a sample and send it for myself, it's coming from my iCloud. Even though everything shows it should be coming from KW. Like, so I'll just talk to her.
Yeah, that is not my area of expertise.
Okay, I've sent her an email already, but I think her hours don't start till tomorrow. I think it's Tuesday. Like, I don't think she's available on Monday.
Yeah, I think you're right.
It's
Monday. Sorry, guys.
okay.
Yeah, she's going to be the best person to address that. It's probably a simple setting issue, and then it'll be fine.
Okay. And so that's what I'm working on, is just getting all of that fixed. Right now I'm going through my database, and anyone that I'm not friends with on Facebook, I'm asking to be friends. Just trying to get as much exposure out.
I think that's a great idea. Just as a side note, while it popped into my brain, I haven't scoured your Facebook, and I don't have a whole lot of reason to be concerned, but your future clients will probably scour your Facebook. Mm-hmm. And so I always try to limit my discussion of controversial stuff.
Oh, yeah, I don't do that.
Right. So like you say, I love Trump and half the world hates you. I hate Trump, half the world hates you.
Of course.
Right. And anything like, I'm probably a little extra cautious online, but even things like pictures of you drinking and these kind of things are like, some people may have take issue with that. So I have a setting on my Facebook that basically requires that I approve all messages that go public.
Correct. Okay.
Or pictures that go public. Like
people can't share something on your Facebook, correct?
Without my approval. You can't add to my timeline without me approving it.
Okay, that's how I have it set up.
Yeah. So that way, if somebody, if they tag me in something that's inappropriate, then I can cut that off before it goes live.
Okay.
Oh wait, I didn't even know people could do that, because I have quite a few outspoken friends, so they can tag something and it'll show up on my.
If you don't have that,
yeah.
Right?
Okay, I'll have to get my teenager to do that today.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
Yeah, make sure you do that, because you never know. I mean, even there's some crazy stuff that people do online, and like we've been talking about, we have to be very careful with the what we allow our brains access to. I'm not trying to get controversial here, but like if somebody is overly political or overly anti-vaxxer or something great, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's good or it's bad. I'm just saying I don't need to hear about it all day.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Cut that shit out. I don't want to hear it. Right. But from our point of view, we want to make sure that we have some control over what the public sees. Okay, what else? You guys are, first of all, I want to just go on the record saying I'm proud of you both. You are doing really, really well. I know that, Heather, that's okay, buddy. Do you want to say hi also? Do you want to say hi to some of my students?
Hello.
Oh, I like the hat.
What's your name?
I like
His name is Ben.
Hi,
Hi,
Ben.
Stephanie, and that's Kim. You want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, handsome.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
No.
Got any jokes?
Do you miss your friends at school? Oh, I bet I can't. Muffy can't hear me. You miss your friends? I bet you do.
Do you miss going to school? He has like they're like way overdoing the not overdoing, but they're doing like a ton of Zooms and like he gets to
Oh,
see
cool.
classmates a bunch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
He has
That's good.
more homework as a 3 than I did in like 8th grade.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys still get to go to synagogue, or did they cancel it?
No, I closed it all.
Yeah.
Closed it all. All right, you want to say bye?
Bye, Ben.
Bye. Bye.
I'll come hang out with you in a bit, okay? Yeah, we close the door. Thank you. Okay, I'm really proud of you guys. I know that sometimes you can do like all this work and you're like learning and studying and taking notes and adding people to your database, and another day goes by and you don't have anything pending, and these kind of things. And you guys are also starting your business at a clearly a very unique time. So just keep it up. You're doing the right stuff. If you're learning and you are adding people to your database and forging and building relationships with these people, it will pay you in the future, I promise you. It's kind of what I alluded to on the call earlier, is that, yeah, there's going to be some people we know that have kind of lousy things that happen to them. And what we need to do is be compassionate and be understanding and listen, right? And be patient and know that there will be a time in the future that that they are ready to transact business, or somebody they know is ready to transact business, and you'll be at the top of that list because you did the right thing when you aren't going to get paid, or you're going to get paid nothing, right? Like I can't even tell you how many renters I put into rental homes so that they could get serviced the way they needed to get serviced. Yet I ultimately was the one they called when it came time for the bigger paycheck. Make sense?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. One other thing I wanted to point out that I got this morning was, so we've talked about how the average real estate agent in Atlanta does about 3 deals a year. So if somebody sells, let's say about $5 million worth of homes, they're going to make in the neighborhood of about 150 or so gross. And the average number of deals that they're probably going to sell is about 15, somewhere in that neighborhood. So if somebody sells 15 deals, where do you think most of that business comes from? Do you think it comes from strangers or people that they know?
People they know.
They know. Yeah.
That's right. And so if you are a person that's in that, like, let's say 0 to that level, more than likely the majority of the people that you work with are going to be people you know. And therefore the number of objections you're going to get are going to, on average, be less than you would typically, that you would get typically. And if you weren't around 12, 13 years ago when the market was awful, and you are not working with people that are going to give you a whole lot of pushback, you may think of some of these objections that you read in the script books and say, I don't think anyone else is going to say that to me, or I don't need to practice that one. Get ready. They're coming. They're coming. Hang on one sec. So, and these script books, I want to make sure that you are spending at least, even if it's like 15 minutes a day, just familiarizing yourself with these scripts. Right, how to work through a conversation with a buyer, how to work through a conversation with a seller, right? Practice the the call where you don't ask for business, right?
Okay.
And then practice the call that you do ask for business, right? At the end of the day, you just need you're going to practice your listening skills. How are you? Is there anyone that you know? Do you need help? Is there anyone that you know that needs help? Right? What can I do to help you right now? And then if you ask them about their family and their work, guess what they're likely to ask you about?
Right.
Right. And then they may say, oh my gosh, are you working at all? You know, is anybody buying homes now? So yeah, a lot of people are buying homes. So I'd love an opportunity to chat with anyone that has that's thinking about buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate. You know, no obligation, no commitment, just a simple conversation.
Right. You know, it's interesting because when I was on the call this morning, the office call, all of the good news was great to hear because I was doing lead gen this weekend. And I called one of my relatives who I knew was retiring. So I figured, oh, he's probably going to move down south and buy a house. So let me call him and just talk to him. So I did. And we spoke for a while. And this is a relative who's like, we're pretty close. Like, I mean, he's older than I am. But I mean, I grew up in his house. Like, we're close. And so he is buying a house. And I said, oh, well, great. Well, let me send you my app. Let's talk about it. But in the end, he's like, oh, I'm going to use my stepdaughter. And so it was a shocker to me because that was a sense of rejection from someone who I thought, oh, definitely he's going to use me. And so it was kind of like a bummer. And I was almost threw myself into this pit of like, why am I doing this? You know, I've already been on the phone. It's Saturday. I'm doing this 3 hours and I can't even get my own uncle to like, you know, and it was just this, right? And I just was like, I'm done. I'm done. So I had to step away from it for a minute.
So, oh man, you're creating a lot of old memories for me. I would say, you know, you're not going to get them all. And there's going to be some that you get that you never expected to get. And there's going to be some that you don't get that you would have bet farm on. And that is something that I think it was said today during the call. I've heard it probably like 15 times in the last week. You can only focus on the things you can control.
Right.
And what you can control is not that he's going to choose to use his daughter-in-law or stepdaughter-in-law or whatever, but what you can control is how you react to that news. Right. And say, wow, I didn't know she was a real estate agent. What firm is she working for?
Yeah. I mean, I did go into it a little further with him, but I didn't just like hang up on him. We dug into it or whatever.
He made the next thing out of his mouth will be she's from this no-name company and she's not getting any training and she's been in it for 6 months and hadn't had a sale. I wonder if she's ever going to do, you know, like he may lose some nervousness, right? Say, yeah, I may be willing to help her. We should talk. Or, oh, she works at RE/MAX and the RE/MAX just shut down. What do you know? Right. Yeah. I texted, I think my assistant got through probably about 150 of them this morning, just the same text. We sent it to every single person that I had at least a half-hour conversation with after they passed their real estate exam, but never that I'm aware of joined Keller Williams because they didn't name me as a sponsor, right? But I kept all their information. We just sent them a quick message. Hey, XXX, I hope you're staying safe out there. Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help you in your real estate business. And I've gotten about 30 texts back. One person I found out joined Keller Williams, didn't name me as a sponsor, so I deleted him. Not that I'm that heartless, but it was kind of right. And then I got somebody who said, what I really want is somebody to talk to. Oh, this is like the beautiful thing. Good morning, Bill. Thanks for reaching out to me. I really appreciate that. And yes, there is something you can help me with. I'm in the process of looking for a brokerage to partner with to further my growth in real estate. I mean, like, could I have written that any better?
That's awesome. That's
Right?
awesome.
So I paid my assistant, to spend a few hours doing those texts today. And who knows if anything will ever come from it. But what I'm trying to do is like I'm trying to create some movement. Like all those people are sitting there doing nothing in my database. And I either want you to tell me you married a realtor, or you're coming to Keller Williams, or you're already here and didn't name me. Just tell me something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, Bill, a question about the assistant. When do your assistants have to have a license?
There's a list of stuff they can do when they are licensed, and there's a list of stuff they cannot do when they're licensed.
Okay.
So, according to Georgia. So Georgia state law says that if they're going to be interacting with essentially if they're going to be doing anything beyond ministerial tasks,
Mm-hmm.
they should be licensed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So like sending out texts for you, does that require a license?
That is a ministerial task. She does not need to be licensed for that.
Okay, great. That's kind of what I did.
But if, for example, the person said, yes, can you pull the comps from my house? That's probably something I should do.
Okay.
Right. Or she could do, because I've taught her how to do it, and then I take a quick look at it before it gets sent out. But that's my name and my reputation on it, if you will. Right.
Right.
An unlicensed assistant would be able to do things like update things in the MLS and handle all your marketing and do your contract to close. It would be able to set up, termite inspection and schedule the closing and these kind of things. I never did let my assistant deal with the clients though. So when it was time to explain paperwork, obviously, or kind of go through some of the nuances of the transaction, that was me that was doing it. When it was time to, for example, like the amendment to address concerns, like I did that,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Okay.
When it was, hey, I just got permission to lower the price on this listing, she did that, right? When it was like all the updating of the database, she did. All the social media posts she did after I approved the post, right? So all the tasks that, and cold calling or any type of solicitation over the phone needs to be done by a licensed professional.
Okay, got it.
Bill, where's the best place, and this may be a silly question, but for practicing scripts, is that in, I haven't gotten that far in Ramp Up. I'm on week 4. Is that in Ignite or
if you look on the Google Drive file, there's an Ignite 2.0 folder, and that has a ton of scripts in there. And then there's another, I think there's 2 more script books that I have uploaded into the Google Drive.
So in Google Drive, I'll see scripts, because I have not done scripts yet.
Yep. Okay. So then I would get, obviously the 2 of you guys are accountability partners. Mm-hmm. I would just say, hey, every day from 8 to 8:15, we're going to practice scripts. And for the first half of it, I'm going to practice scripts, and the second half, you're going to practice scripts. And I'm going to give you an objection, and you're just going to say it out loud. Like, there's something called chanting that I've used in the past, which is like you say it like as many times as you can, as fast as you can, right? Mm-hmm. Until it just gets into your head. So for example, when you guys have been professionals in the past, when you were interacting with your prospects or your clients, would you agree that similar things happened a lot of times?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And you said similar things as a result, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
That's a script, right? That's a script. So you help buyers buy homes and sellers sell homes, and each unique buyer probably needs to hear the same stuff, right? Okay, first we're going to see a lender. Second, we're going to blah, 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 right? So you're going to say the same thing over and over again. You may as well say it in a way that is rooted in psychology and brain science, and say it in a very calculated way, right?
Mhm.
Pausing at the right time, speaking at the same pace that they speak at, right? If Kim, let's say I call you and you're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And I'm like, "Hello, my name is Bill." They're gonna, this ain't working, right? Or the other way around. Like if you're, "Hey, hello," and I'm like, "Hey, my name is Bill Linkwald, Keller Williams Realty Consultants. I see your home came off the market, and I just wanted to see when you're going to hire the right real estate agent to sell your home." Boom. They're like, "No."
Yeah.
Right. So you gotta mirror and match, right? It's a science, right? What you're trying to do is establish rapport as quickly as you possibly can, so that you can close. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
So the short answer to your question is that's where they are.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay. What else are you guys liking, not liking? What else can I do to help you right now? Kim, I got
I'm good.
your updated GPS. I haven't gotten to it yet today, but it is on my short list.
Okay. And that's what I'm going to use to do my 411, correct?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So I submitted my 411, but I'm trying to think, the GPS, I guess I have not submitted. I'm getting confused because I'm doing things submitting for Ramp Up.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what the heck I'm doing.
Go ahead and send what you've submitted to me, and I'll take a peek at it. But the GPS is the one, what they call the 135.
That's this.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. And the 411 looks like this. Like this.
I submitted that.
Okay. So yeah, I have to dig a tiny. I'll dig to see if it comes to me. I know I get a brief report, but I don't know if I get.
I emailed you my 411, but I can resubmit it to you.
Yeah, go ahead and do that if you don't mind, and I'll make a note to.
Okay.
I think I looked at it once.
I actually probably have to change it. I did this right when all this change was happening, and now I'm thinking, oh, I'll relook at it.
Yeah, I think I gave you some feedback once, but I'm not sure if I saw the the newer version of it.
Okay, and then are you getting the ones from Ramp Up? Because I put you as the.
Yeah, I saw that. I am getting them.
Okay.
But I'm not correlating those reporting to the reporting sheet that I'm looking at. So I think I said for both of you, you just both owe me the reports for the last week, right?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. All right. What else is going on?
I don't know.
How's your routine? How's your routine going? Are you staying in the same routine?
Yes, I was just telling Stephanie that, I saw the note to like Legion for 4 hours a day, and I just don't know how I'm going to get in 4 hours a day. Like right now, I'm kind of doing 3, and even that's pushing it because trying to do 3 and manage these classes. So I pushed the Legion toward the end of the day, because at the beginning of the day I have all the other stuff, working out, prayer, meditation, then I kind of go into the classes start. So I'm torn. Do I get on get on the Zoom for class, or do I go Legion right now? So that's kind of what
I think the lesson there is not drop everything else that's important to you and generate leads for 4 hours no matter what. I think the lesson is whatever you expected the activity to be to yield the results you were originally expecting, you're going to have to ramp it up a tiny bit, right? So the lesson is not, you get a slap on your wrist if you don't, pump out 4 hours of Legion. The lesson is don't waste time, because the people who are focused and routine based and who are constantly learning and practicing and meeting people and adding people to your database, those are the people that are going to be very, very well positioned after this whole mess is done. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I do like the idea, by the way, of you generating some leads towards the end of the day.
Okay.
If you can be if you can be very disciplined with that respect, I think that's a great idea because people don't often pick up the phone in the morning. The trouble with the reason why they don't say lead generate it, from 3 to 5 is because that gives the average realtor 6 to 7 hours for a bunch of stuff to get in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. Right. So you're right. We're in a different time right now. Most people are stuck at home. So probably.
That's right.
Right now.
Now, that still doesn't change the fact that anyone under 30 doesn't answer their damn telephone.
That's true. That's true. Well, I kind of know my audience.
When you text
on,
them, they're gonna
Yes.
they're gonna answer.
Right. 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 So the older people, I call them. The younger people, I text them. That's kind of what I'm doing.
You are being as efficient as possible with your time. Good for you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. One of the other things that I want to make sure that you guys are having in place, I'm not expecting you to have like a perfectly executed follow-up plan in command that's all automated, but please understand that you absolutely have to have, even if it's a super rudimentary system for follow-up. So every time you make a promise to somebody, right? Oh, I'll send you the name of my lender and check back in with you in 3 weeks, or oh yeah, I'll do some research on what your home might be worth, or what some sales nearby have gone for, or yeah, I'll send you the name and number of a realtor in a different city. You've got to train yourself to record it and execute on it. So if you tell me, Kim, I'm going to call you in 2 weeks, you need to call me in 2 weeks. Now, whatever it takes to make sure that happens is what happens. Like I used to tell my clients, look, if I tell you I'm going to do something and I don't do it, call the cops.
Mm-hmm.
Something's wrong.
I say that all the time.
Right. Like somebody needs to come to my house and make sure I'm still alive.
Okay.
And when they say that, and when you say that firmly, right, your people are like, wow, this person doesn't treat this business like a hobby, like all the other realtors that I've been chatting with seem to. Right.
Okay. Yes. Yes, that's interesting because I asked Tammy at Shelter to do something for me a couple of weeks ago, because one of the ladies, I'm her client and I'm trying to get her to be my client. She has a stepdaughter actually, that's moving here from Ohio, and she said, Kim, I need information about first-time home buyers. So I have all of her information, and I said to Tammy, hey, can I just get some quick Shelter stuff, just so I have an appointment with her coming up, just so I can sit down and talk with her and have a little bit of knowledge about it. And I never got it. And I actually went in to see Tammy before all this mess happened. And then she says, oh no, she has to call me to do it online, meaning the potential client, it should be the stepdaughter. And I thought, oh, okay. So now I have to go back and tell the client that, oh, I don't actually have the information. Your daughter has to make a phone call.
Yeah, what she probably wants to do is be the one to relay that information, and like having a couple pages that she can read and she probably won't read isn't going to accomplish what needs to be accomplished. So as soon as humanly possible,
I get that.
I would set them up with a phone call. But in the meantime, you knowing these things, you'll make different types of promises, right?
Yes.
And just you need to know, like, if I think Tammy, I mean, I love Tammy. I've worked with her. I've got nothing bad to say about her. But say, listen, I made this promise. This is what I expected. This is what did not happen. How can we avoid this in the future? Because both of our reputations are on the line.
Mm-hmm.
So if I ask you to do something and it's either not reasonable, not possible, can't do it in that amount of time, that's fine. But I need to know.
Right.
Right.
Got it.
If you tell me, all's good. If you don't tell me, I'm going to go find a different lender. Clear?
Yeah.
Clear. All right. Are you guys going to be on the next call?
Yeah, I'm planning.
What is the next one, Bill?
So the basic skills. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, basic skills. So we're just going to kind of cover whoever's on the call. We'll do some stuff for you know, systems, models, training, contracts, whoever's here will talk about whatever they want to talk about.
Okay. I think I did one of those with you with Tabin.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll do something, we'll do a little bit more. All right, I'm going to hop off and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.